Hi, this is Tom Ross with the Ross Group at Nova Home Loans. I wanted to share some very important information with you. I wanted to talk to you for just a brief second about your credit. Okay? Now, a lot of times a consumer, a client will come to me and they'll say, okay, I already know what my credit is. I've got a 965 credit score. Okay? And the problem is that there's a lot of different ways that people compute scores, and believe it or not, if you're going to annualcreditreport.com or freecreditreport.com, a lot of times they're using a scoring model that doesn't exactly match what we need on our side. And to be honest, sometimes they're trying to give you a giant high score because they're trying to sell you the products and services that they're going for. So there's different scoring models. There's Vantage Score, there's Plus Score, there's Trans Risk Score, there's Credit Expert Score. The only score that matters is the FICO Score. And I will tell you, a FICO score will be between 300, never seen one thankfully, between 300 and up to about 850, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple quick tips to optimize your FICO score, which is what you're going to need in consumer finance, be it mortgage, be it auto, or be it credit card, okay? So tips for FICO score: keep your credit balances at 50% or less of what you have available. Okay? If you can keep it at 25%, that's so much the better. Okay? To 25%, it's doing you good. It says, I've got access to this much credit, I'm only using this much over here, and the system gives you a higher score. Okay? Use your cards every 6 months. Just buy some milk, pay it off. Okay? But that keeps a scoring active in the system. All right? If you have a 30-day late pay, and let's be honest, sometimes things happen. I've forgotten bills every now and then. I've moved 6 times. Anyway, so some companies, if you ask them, will waive the credit ding on a 30-day late one time. Always communicate with your creditors. Okay, they'll take off every now and then. And if you ever have to negotiate a settlement of a collection or any of that kind of stuff, you ever negotiate a settlement or you pay off a collection, they're looking for your money. Don't give it to them unless they're going to delete your account. Always ask that first. Now, sure, sometimes you may need to pay it no matter what, but always ask. Okay, always ask, because a lot of times those guys will play ball. They will take it off your report and get you a better score. Lastly, pay on time. Okay, and speaking of time, time is what heals all credit wounds, guys. There's no substitute for time. Doesn't matter what you've had happen in the past. With enough time and enough seasoning, okay, all those old bad things weigh less, okay, and your scores go up. But time by itself isn't enough, all right? The bad might weigh less on the side of the scale, but guess what? You've got to have positive stones. You've got to have positive weight in the good side of the scale, so you can't go off the grid. You have to let the system know that you're there. You have to have a secured card. You have to have an auto loan, so they have something to judge it by, okay? Anyway, I hope this has been valuable to you. If you think that any of your other friends or anybody you know might find it useful, please feel free to pass it along. Remember, I'm Tom Ross with the Ross Group at Nova Home Loans. Thanks for checking out my blog, and make sure to subscribe now for future tips and updates.